night, Dubai still looks like one of the richest cities on earth. The skyline glows with thousands of lights reflecting off giant glass towers. Luxury cars move through streets lined with designer stores, rooftop lounges, and billion-dollar hotels. To millions of people online, Dubai appears overcrowded with wealth, tourists, and non-stop luxury. But according to several former real estate insiders, there's another side to the city that most visitors never notice. A side that only becomes visible after midnight. Entire luxury towers with surprisingly few lights turned on. Giant apartment buildings where many units were purchased but never truly lived in. High-end neighborhoods that look full during daytime property tours, yet feel strangely quiet at night. One former broker described parts of Dubai as vertical ghost districts, towers filled with expensive apartments functioning more like financial assets than actual homes. During the luxury property boom of 2021, 2022, and 2023, billions of dollars flooded into Dubai from investors around the world. Wealthy buyers rushed to purchase penthouses, waterfront villas, and branded residences across areas like Dubai, Marina, Palm Jumeirah, and downtown Dubai. But insiders claim many of those apartments were never meant to become permanent homes. Instead, they became tools for investment, speculation, and storing global wealth. Now, as more luxury towers continue rising across Dubai, some former insiders are beginning to ask a dangerous question. How much of the city's famous skyline is supported by real demand? And how much depends on keeping money constantly flowing into empty space? Long before Dubai became famous for luxury skyscrapers and artificial islands, city leaders understood one important reality. Dubai could not rely on oil forever. Unlike neighboring Abu Dhabi, Dubai's oil reserves were relatively limited. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, the city made a bold decision that would completely transform its future. Instead of depending on natural resources, Dubai would become a global center for luxury, tourism, and high-end real estate. What followed became one of the most aggressive development booms in modern history. Massive projects began rising from the desert almost overnight. Burj Khalifa became the tallest tower on Earth. Palm Jumeirah expanded the coastline with giant artificial islands visible from space. Ultra-luxury towers filled areas like Dubai Marina and downtown Dubai. The city marketed itself as a place where wealthy foreigners could move money, avoid heavy taxes, and live surrounded by luxury. This strategy attracted enormous amounts of international capital. Investors from Russia, China, India, the United Kingdom, and many other countries poured billions into Dubai real estate. During major boom periods, luxury apartments sold at astonishing speeds. Some units were resold multiple times before construction even finished. Former brokers later revealed that many buyers had little interest in actually living inside the properties. Instead, apartments became financial tools, assets used for investment, wealth storage, and speculation. Some buyers reportedly visited their units only once after purchasing them. Others never moved in at all. Entire floors inside luxury towers were sometimes owned by foreign investors who kept units completely empty. During the massive post-pandemic boom of 2021, 2022, and 2023, this trend accelerated even further. Wealthy entrepreneurs, crypto investors, influencers, and international elites flooded into Dubai, searching for financial safety and lower taxes. Luxury villas sold for record-breaking prices. Branded residences connected to luxury hotel chains exploded in popularity. On social media, Dubai looked unstoppable. Videos of penthouses, yacht parties, rooftop pools, and supercars flooded platforms like Instagram and TikTok every day. But according to several former insiders, something unusual was becoming more noticeable behind the scenes. Despite the non-stop headlines about record sales and luxury demand, many towers remained strangely quiet at night. Some buildings looked impressive from the outside, but had surprisingly low long-term occupancy inside. According to former brokers, parts of Dubai's luxury market slowly became disconnected from real housing demand. Instead of being built primarily for people to live in, many towers were increasingly built to absorb global money. And as long as investment continued flowing into the city, the system appeared successful, even if many apartments remained almost completely empty. One of the biggest misconceptions about Dubai is that every luxury tower is filled with wealthy residents living glamorous lives. According to several former real estate insiders, the reality can look very different once the sun goes down. In some high-end districts, entire sections of residential towers remain unusually dark at night despite being officially sold out. Former brokers claim that many apartments inside these buildings are rarely occupied for long periods of time. Some units sit empty for months. Others are visited only a few weeks each year by foreign owners. A few are reportedly never used at all after purchase. Insiders say there are several reasons this happens. The first is that a large percentage of Dubai's luxury market is driven by international investors, not permanent residents. Wealthy buyers from countries facing political instability, strict financial regulations, or economic uncertainty often view Dubai real estate as a safe place to move and store wealth. In these situations, the apartment itself matters less than the financial security attached to ownership. The property becomes similar to a vault, except instead of gold bars or cash, the asset is a luxury apartment overlooking the skyline. The second reason is speculation. During major boom years, many investors bought apartments simply expecting prices to rise quickly. Some luxury units were purchased before construction finished and then resold at higher prices months later. In certain projects, apartments changed owners multiple times before anyone ever moved in. According to former brokers, this created a strange market where buildings appeared successful on paper because units were sold rapidly, but actual long-term occupancy remained surprisingly low. During the post-pandemic luxury boom of 2021, 2022, and 2023, this pattern accelerated dramatically. Billions of dollars entered Dubai's property market from wealthy global buyers. Luxury penthouses, waterfront villas, and branded residences reached record-breaking prices across areas like Palm Jumeirah and Dubai Marina. But according to some insiders, the speed of investment began outpacing genuine long-term residential demand. Another hidden factor involves short-term rental culture. Many apartments in Dubai are purchased specifically for Airbnb-style rentals, seasonal tourism, or temporary stays, rather than permanent living. This creates towers where occupancy constantly fluctuates depending on tourism seasons. During busy periods, buildings may appear active, but during quieter months, large portions of the same towers can feel almost empty. Some former brokers described walking through luxury buildings late at night and noticing how many windows remained dark, despite the towers being considered successful developments. The deeper concern is psychological. Dubai's luxury real estate market depends heavily on maintaining the image of non-stop demand and constant growth. As long as investors believe prices will continue rising, more money keeps flowing into new projects. But if too many buyers begin realizing that large portions of the skyline are supported more by speculation than real community growth, confidence could weaken quickly. And according to several former insiders, that may already be starting to happen quietly behind the scenes. Because the real issue is not simply that some apartments are empty. The real issue is whether parts of Dubai's luxury skyline were built primarily for people to live in, or whether they were built mainly to keep global money moving through the market. When most people hear the term ghost city, they imagine abandoned streets and unfinished buildings sitting completely empty. But according to several former real estate insiders, parts of Dubai are developing something very different, what some privately describe as vertical ghost districts. These are not abandoned neighborhoods. The towers are fully completed. The lobbies are polished with marble and luxury lighting. Security guards stand outside expensive entrances. Pools, rooftop lounges, gyms, and valet services continue operating normally. But behind many apartment doors, very few people are actually living there consistently. Late at night, the difference becomes easier to notice. While tourist zones remain crowded and bright, some residential towers show surprisingly low levels of activity. Entire floors stay dark for hours. Parking garages appear emptier than expected. elevators barely move. Former brokers claim this effect became increasingly visible during the luxury property surge of 2021, 2022, and 2023, when developers across Dubai launched wave after wave of ultra-high-end projects. New luxury towers rose across Dubai Marina, Business Bay, Palm Jumeirah, and downtown Dubai. Branded residences connected to luxury hotel chains became especially popular among foreign investors. The problem, according to some insiders, is that Dubai may have started building luxury inventory faster than genuine long-term residential demand could realistically grow. One major reason is oversupply. Developers continue launching billion-dollar projects because construction itself helps maintain the image of non-stop growth. Every new tower creates headlines, social media attention, investor excitement, and additional capital flowing into the market. As long as buyers keep purchasing units, the cycle continues. But when too many projects target the same ultra-wealthy buyer pool, competition quietly intensifies behind the scenes. Another issue is that Dubai's luxury market is deeply connected to global capital flows rather than stable local population growth. Wealthy investors often move money into Dubai during periods of international uncertainty, political instability, or economic pressure in other countries. That means demand can change rapidly depending on global conditions. Rising interest rates, weaker international economies, or geopolitical tensions can suddenly reduce luxury investment activity. Some analysts worry that parts of Dubai's market have become increasingly dependent on speculative demand instead of sustainable residential demand. This creates a fragile system. As long as property prices continue climbing, investors keep buying and developers keep building. But once appreciation slows, many investors become far more cautious. That can leave enormous numbers of luxury units competing for a relatively small number of real long-term residents. Several former insiders have also pointed to another hidden issue: maintenance costs. Dubai's luxury towers require enormous ongoing spending to preserve their image. Air conditioning systems run constantly in extreme desert temperatures. Pools, elevators, security systems, landscaping, and luxury amenities require continuous maintenance. If occupancy remains lower than expected in some towers, financial pressure can quietly build behind the scenes. What makes this situation especially difficult to detect is that Dubai still looks incredibly successful from the outside. Construction cranes remain everywhere. Luxury brands continue opening stores. Influencers still flood social media with glamorous content. But according to some former brokers, parts of the skyline may be functioning more like financial storage systems than true residential communities. And if too much of the city's growth depends on keeping money flowing through partially empty towers, the long-term sustainability of Dubai's luxury real estate empire becomes far more uncertain than the city's image suggests. While social media influencers continue posting videos of rooftop pools, supercars, and luxury penthouses inside Dubai, another group experiences a completely different version of the city every night. The workers who keep Dubai functioning behind the scenes: drivers, cleaners, hotel staff, maintenance workers, delivery riders, security guards, restaurant employees, and property management crews often move through the city long after tourists return to luxury hotels. According to several former insiders, these workers are among the first to notice how quiet parts of Dubai can become after midnight. In some high-end towers, entire sections of floors remain dark night after night. Luxury lobbies sit nearly empty for hours. Parking garages contain surprisingly few cars compared to the number of apartments above them. Some workers reportedly describe certain luxury neighborhoods as feeling more like investment zones than real communities. During the massive property boom of 2021, 2022, and 2023, Dubai's luxury image expanded faster than ever before. But at the same time, the people supporting the city's economy began facing growing financial pressure themselves. Rent prices surged across many parts of Dubai. Housing costs climbed rapidly. Transportation expenses and everyday living costs also increased significantly. Many middle-income workers suddenly found themselves spending huge portions of their salaries simply covering rent and basic expenses. Some workers were forced to relocate farther away from central districts to find cheaper housing. Others started sharing increasingly crowded apartments to reduce costs. This creates a major long-term risk for Dubai's economic model. The city's luxury economy still depends heavily on large numbers of foreign workers supporting hotels, restaurants, transportation, construction, tourism, and property management. If living costs continue rising too quickly, attracting and keeping enough workers becomes far more difficult over time. Another hidden issue is psychological. Dubai's economy depends heavily on perception. The skyline itself functions almost like global advertising, a visual symbol designed to attract tourism, investment, and international wealth. Luxury branding, social media influence, and non-stop development all help reinforce the idea that Dubai is constantly growing. But according to some former insiders, confidence becomes fragile once people start noticing signs that parts of the city may be emptier than expected. Because in a market driven heavily by international capital, perception matters almost as much as reality itself. If investors begin questioning how much of Dubai's luxury market is supported by real long-term demand versus speculative money flows, the illusion of non-stop expansion can weaken surprisingly quickly. And for a city built around luxury, confidence may be one of the most important assets of all. The biggest question surrounding Dubai is not whether the city will suddenly collapse tomorrow. Dubai still has enormous advantages. It remains one of the most recognizable luxury brands on earth. Its infrastructure is world-class. Its airports connect major global markets across Europe, Asia, and Africa. Millions of tourists still visit every year, and wealthy investors continue buying luxury property across the city. On the surface, Dubai still looks unstoppable. But according to several former real estate insiders, the real danger may not be a dramatic crash like 2008, 2009. The bigger threat could be something slower and harder to detect, a prolonged financial slowdown hidden beneath the image of non-stop luxury growth. Dubai's property market depends heavily on foreign capital, international investors, and wealthy buyers continuously entering the market. As long as global money keeps flowing into the city, developers continue building, prices remain elevated, and luxury towers keep selling. But if international conditions weaken, that system can come under pressure very quickly. Rising global interest rates, economic uncertainty, weaker tourism demand, or geopolitical instability could all reduce the flow of luxury investment entering Dubai. And because large parts of the city's skyline depend heavily on speculative demand, even a moderate slowdown could create major pressure beneath the surface. Some analysts fear Dubai could face a silent freeze, a period where transactions slow down, inventory quietly builds up, luxury occupancy weakens, and developers struggle to maintain momentum without openly acknowledging problems. Unlike a sudden crash, a silent freeze happens gradually. Towers continue standing, construction still moves forward, social media still promotes the illusion of endless growth. But behind the scenes, confidence slowly weakens. And confidence is critical for a city where so much of the economy depends on maintaining the image of unstoppable wealth. Dubai spent decades building itself into a global symbol of luxury and ambition. But according to some former insiders, the city may now be approaching a dangerous reality. When too much of a skyline is built to absorb money instead of people, keeping the dream alive becomes far more difficult over time. Every night, the skyline of Dubai still glows like a futuristic dream. The towers shine across the desert. Luxury cars still move through the streets. New skyscrapers continue rising into the sky. On the surface, Dubai still looks like one of the most successful cities on Earth. But according to several former real estate insiders, the real story may be hidden behind the windows that never light up. Thousands of apartments purchased as investments. Luxury towers functioning more like financial storage than real neighborhoods. Entire sections of the skyline, supported by global money, constantly flowing into the market. Dubai may continue growing for many years to come. But the deeper concern is whether parts of its luxury property empire have become disconnected from genuine long-term demand. Because cities built around non-stop investment become vulnerable the moment confidence begins slowing down. And if too much of Dubai's growth depends on maintaining the illusion of endless demand, the pressure beneath the surface could quietly continue building. The city that once symbolized the future of limitless luxury may now be facing a difficult reality. Keeping the dream alive could eventually become far more expensive than building it in the first place.